Cinema today feels very different. Movies are now everywhere on our phones, laptops, televisions. Streaming platforms like Netflix and Amazon Prime Video have made watching films incredibly easy. Multiplexes like Inox offer multiple screens, comfortable sitting, and online booking. You don't really have to step out anymore to watch a movie. But in Kolkata, cinema once meant something else entirely. For decades, single screen theaters were a huge part of the city's culture. People didn't just go to watch films, they went for the experience. The excitement of standing in long queues, the smell of popcorn, the sound of whistles and applause when a hero appeared on screen. Cinema halls were gathering places. Entire neighborhoods grew around them. One such theatre is Basusree Cinema. Basusree opened on 19 December 1947, founded by Satyabhushan Basu. Located near Jatin Das Park, it has been a landmark for film lovers in South Kolkata for generations. In fact, the premiere of Satyajit Ray's iconic film Pathar Pachali was held here in 1955. Even today, Basusree is still running. And interestingly, unlike many theatres today, manual ticket booking and cash payments still exist here. The counters are still open. People still walk up, ask for tickets, and walk in to watch a film. It feels like a small piece of the old cinema culture has somehow survived here. Not very far away is Navina Cinema. Navina Cinema opened on 12th February 1971, established by Jagdish Chaukhani. At one point, the hall had more than 1,000 seats. Films like Diwar and Dawn were screened here during that time. Back then, theatres like Navina used to be packed, but today the experience has changed. Most tickets are booked digitally now through platforms like Book My Show. People don't stand in queues anymore. They simply book online and walk in just before the show starts. The theatre still exists, but the culture around it has quietly evolved. And then there is Bhavani Cinema. Unlike Basusree and Navina, Bhavani Cinema no longer runs shows. The building now stands abandoned. Bhavani was also an old single-screen theatre that opened in 1947. We spoke to a few local people near the theatre. They remembered how lively the place used to be. Back in the 80s and 90s, movie tickets here cost only 30 rupees. Hindi and Bengali films were regularly screened, and houseful shows were common. People came here with friends, with family, sometimes just to spend an evening watching a film. But over the years, the audience began to decline. The building slowly deteriorated, and after the lockdown during the COVID-19 pandemic, the theatre never reopened. What remains now are just stories and memories of a different time. Cinema itself hasn't disappeared. In fact, films are more accessible today than ever before, but the way we experience them has changed. Multiplexes, digital ticketing, and online streaming have reshaped the film industry. For audiences, watching movies has become more convenient. But somewhere in that convenience, the shared experience of cinema halls has started to fade. Single-screen theatres were once places where strangers laughed, cried, and celebrated together. They were part of the rhythm of the city. Today, some still survive, others have quietly disappeared. And perhaps that is the story of cinema in Kolkata right now. Not the end of movies, but the end of an era.